In Genesis chapter 3, verses 4 and 5, the serpent tells the woman that very familiar phrase, "If you eat this fruit, you won't die." God knows that when you eat it, your eyes will be opened and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. But weren't we already made in the image of God? And yet here's this serpent that's coming along and saying, you will be like God. Ever since that fateful day, we have been striving to be like God, even though we are already like him. Earlier I said that I don't know who I really am, that you don't know who you really are. And I said that all of us, we have these rooms of light and darkness inside of us, and we do. Genesis tells us it's because we no longer fully know God. We no longer fully know each other, and we no longer fully know ourselves. So I'm just going to fast forward. The crazy thing about this Jesus character and what he did is he took on this human body, this withering, sunken husk of lightness and dark. He walked around in it as a king. He ruled without being the ruler. He was unrecognized, without fame or fortune. He resisted the apple we could not. Jesus' death and resurrection means this: we can again fully know God. We can again fully know each other. We can again fully know ourselves. That's the promise. We were once disconnected, now we can be reconnected. As Paul alludes to, he says, just as one man, Adam, separated us from God, from each other, and from ourselves, so does this one man, Jesus, connect us again to God, to each other, and to ourselves. He restores the original creation, but usually we stop there. He actually does more than that. Once we're connected to God, what is it that we're supposed to do? This is where we have missed it. Church, I want to tell you, all of the last 2,000 years full of failures is due to this one thing. We were supposed to be the kingdom bringers. Paul says in Romans 5:17, "For if by the sin of one man death reigned over all men, how much more will they who receive this overflowing grace and gift of righteousness reign in life by the God-man, Jesus Christ?" The contemporary English version puts the verse this way: death ruled like a king because Adam had sinned. But that cannot compare with what Jesus has done. God has treated us with undeserved grace, and he has accepted us because of Jesus. And so we will live and rule like kings. That's Romans 5:17 according to the contemporary English version.